Welcome back to Game On Outdoors. Today I'm going to end up doing a video on how to connect a YakAttack Leverloc anchor trolley. And it's going to be a little bit different this video. I ended up buying a DJI Osmo Nano. Hopefully I'll be able to capture everything while recording doing this process. Okay, the parts that you will need is some sealant, a screwdriver, and a drill. Okay, before you end up planning on installing your anchor system, I would end up installing your anchor system. For example, when I sit down and I cast right-handed. I don't want that power pole to be on my right side of the kayak because I don't want it to be in my way. Especially when you're reeling in fish, you could be hitting that power pole. So if I were y'all, I would go on the left side. Now, I have a lot of stuff on this side, but I'm going to try to make it work. If you're left-handed and you cast left-handed, you want to put it on your right side of the kayak. If you're right-handed, you want to put your anchor on the left side. Okay, so I end up really realizing that the drill bit that they told us to use at 1364, the hole was too big. So I'm going to use a 964 on the drill bit. Before I do that, I'm going to mark the kayak where I'm going to end up making the hoe. And I'm going to make it, I would say, somewhere right there. Make sure the wheel is spinning, and I'm going to mark it. Make sure it's flat, the surface, and you want to try to make it somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be completely perfect, but once you mark it, I already got my mark. Get your drill, and you go ahead and drill that spot. And once you're ready, leave that there. Go ahead and get your, I like putting quite a bit on sealant just to make sure that, no water gets in the kayak. Then when you're ready, you just got to make sure you screw it in. You want to tighten it, but not too much. Once it's there, just straighten it out. Then you go ahead and get your drill again, and you try to make it as straight as you can. Make sure the wheel spins, and then make your other hoe. Once that's done, make sure you use the bigger screws. Don't use the smaller ones. You want to make sure you use the bigger ones that come with the kit. Make sure you put some sealant on the screw. Like I said, I like to put a lot. Then once it's ready, just got to screw it in. You don't want to put it too tight, just enough. Circle inside spins. And then there you go. That's one of the parts that you got to get done. Now that we already finished doing the back, now we're going to end up doing the front. Pretty much what I did is I pretty much used my finger, and I ran my finger as straight as I could to make this even with the back wheel. And I already, same thing, I already ended up marking where I'm going to drill for the circle. And now let's go ahead and get the drill. Let me make sure that's back on that mark. So it's going to be right there. Once again, before you drill, just kind of make sure the wheel spins. Try to get it as straight as you can. And then just drill it. Now that you drilled it, once you're ready and you got your screwdriver, Once you put sealant, then you're able to screw it in. And it's all preference once again. Now we can drill the other hole and just try to make this straight to match the other line. Make sure the wheel spins. That means it's good. And I think that's straight enough. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Drill the hole. Make sure you put some sealant on it. Once again, I know I keep saying it, but I like to put a lot. I don't want any water inside my kayak, so then same process. Just put it in there and screw it in there. Remember, you don't want to screw it in too tight. It's kind of screwed enough as it's tight, but not too tight. Just enough. There you go, and it's on there. Now we're going to install this. We're going to end up putting it where we plan on adding it, and you got to make sure that this latch part, it latches on to the circle ring, and it does. I had to use a pencil to mark the dots, but we're going to use the smaller screws, and same thing, just put some sealant on it, screw it in, and then do the same thing to the other side. Okay, when you end up putting this part, you want to keep it a little bit loose because we got to run the string in there. The way I did it is I just ran it from the back first. Then I pulled it all the way up there. Kind of try to do it like halfway. And then you're going to make sure you put it in the attachment. Now you want to make sure this thing is on the unlock. And once it's in there, then you can tighten up your screws. Just want to make sure it's just snugged enough. Once it's in there, you can test out to see if the ring holds. The ring does hold. You're going to continue running the string to the front part of the bow into the wheel. Then we're going to end up tying this part. You got to make sure you insert it into the hole. I'm going to end up doing a knot like this. Kind of like, we got a lot of slack, so I'm going to end up tying 2 knots. It's like a double knot. Once it's like that, see, it won't go anywhere. There you go. And then we're going to do the same thing from the back. We're going to run this one in here. Run it through the back. You're going to have a lot of extra rope, so I'm gonna put it on here real quick and then just kind of pull on it. Have enough. So like right there, I'm probably gonna do the same thing, do a double knot. Okay, with this part right here, I already did the double knot. It latches. You know, as you can tell, it moves forward and back. I did my knots like this because if you ever need extra string, some people only do 1 knot and then they use a lighter to burn off the tips. But I did a double knot for extra, you know, rope, I guess, for in case if you need it for anything. Now we're going to install these parts. These are like little anchors, I guess, that you use on the rope. And we're going to do the same process that we did with these. We're going to end up doing a dot drill the hole. Make sure you put your sealant, and then once you put your sealant, just screw them on, but don't screw them on very, very tight. I decided that I'm going to end up, I already did a dot right there where I'm going to place this one. The way you do it is that you put that cord right in the middle, and this one stays on the bottom. I'm going to do mine in the middle of like, kind of like, you know, right from the handle from there, and I'm going to do the same thing to the back. So let's go ahead and drill it. I'll show you how it comes out right now. Another thing too, on these parts right here, on the triangle and on these little anchors, you got to use the smaller screws. Don't use the bigger ones. The bigger ones go on the wheels. On these, just make sure you use the small ones. Okay, I already put, make sure the rope is in the middle section, and then, you know, just kind of like straighten it out where you're going to make your second hole. And same thing, once it's already straight, just go ahead and drill where you think you're going to want it at. What I kind of did right here, as you can see, there's kind of like a line right here. I kind of put it right there, and it's flat. So you don't want it all the way on the bottom as well, because if you have it on the bottom right here, of course water will leak inside the kayak. So you kind of want it kind of high. We will go ahead and put screw the small ones again, and then put some sealant, and we'll go to the next step. Now we're going to do the same thing on the back side. Once again, it depends where you want it. I decided to put mine right here. I already made my dot with my permanent marker, and same thing, make sure you use the smaller screws. Make sure you put, I like to put a lot of sealant, and like I did into the other side. Once you put the top part with the bolt in, make sure the line is in the middle on top, and then this one on the bottom. Same thing, you know, wherever you think. I try to line it up with the little line right here on the kayak. That's where I decided to put this at. If you think it's straight, then go ahead. Let's do the same process. Drill it. Get your small screw. Put some of that sealant and screw it in. Remember, you want to make sure you screw it, but don't screw it too tight. There you go. Once you're done with this, you just got to make sure you cut the excessive string. Test it out. Let's see how it moves. Look at that. Moves perfect. See how it locks? Locks good. There's enough tension. This is how I did my anchor on my Oldtown Ocean Kayak PDL. Thank you, everybody, for following. Hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Thank you.